Hello, welcome to yoga. We are going to have a bit of a strength-based session, but it's going to be stretchy too, so fear not, fear not. Let's sit ourselves on a block to start with. Excuse me. Sit yourself on a block, nice and tall. Get the fleshy part of the bottom out of the way. And just find those sit bones, the bony bits, connect them down onto your block and then sit up tall. Going to visualize that cord from the crown of the head lifting you up. We're going to just draw those ribs in. We're going to bring the shoulders up towards the ears and we're going to place them all the way back down where they belong. Keep a nice open chest and we're just simply going to start with some even breathing. So, in order to get yourself ready for class, just going to close off the eyes or soften the gaze. Think about lengthening through the spine, visualizing that cord from the crown of the head. Check in with the shoulders, keep them back and down. And if my breath pattern doesn't match yours, then do your own. So here we go. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arms high above the head. Stretch those hands towards the ceiling, open through the throat. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, bring the arms all the way down. When you're ready, with the eyes closed still, take a moment to visualize an intention for today's practice. Or simply just sit there for a moment or two, focusing in on the breath. This time round, on your inhale, bring the arms high. You can open up the eyes if you would like to, or keep them closed, up to you. Going to lift through the right side, and then the left, the right, and then the left. Just pulsing from one side to another, stretch through the fingertips. Next time we get to the right side, we're going to take the right hand down, sway that left arm over. Come down, left hand kind of come down, right arm's going to sway over. And really think about this as being really nice, fluid movement. There's no start, beginning, there's no end, finish. Just moving through the side body. Next time you get over to the right side, we're going to pause, take that right hand down, reach the left arm over. Bring the right elbow in close to the body so we keep that right shoulder open and just pulsing. And then switch over, left hand comes down, right arm all the way over. Pulsing, bring that left elbow in, open that left shoulder out. Coming all the way back up, reach the hands to the ceiling, spread the webbing between the fingers, reaching up. And then we're going to take the hands behind us, take the hands down, walk the hands back. As we take an inhale, come to the fingertips and lift the chest to the ceiling. Take that lovely open front body stretch. Really think about lifting so we don't start dumping into the lower back. And then from here, walk those hands in, coming all the way back up. Going to move those legs, switch them out, take the other side. All right. From here, bring the hands to the back of the head, interlace those fingers. Think about opening through the chest as those elbows are moving to the back corners of the room. Going to drop that right elbow down and just lift through that left side, lengthening through the side body. Thinking here about lifting and then coming all the way over to the right side. So rather than kind of falling forward, we're lifting up and then over. Coming back to center. This time round, lifting up and then coming over to the left-hand side, that right elbow coming high. Keep breathing here. If that right shoulder starts to drop forward, find that beautiful posture you started with. And then back to center. Bring the elbows close to the ears, drop the chin to the chest. Take a moment here just to stretch through the upper back, through the back of the neck. Open out those elbows, lift the gaze, open through the throat. Let's go again. Dip the chin to the chest, elbows to ears. Find that stretch through the top of the shoulders, through the neck. Okay, one more. Take the gaze up, open those elbows out, lift through the chest, lift the chin to ceiling, opening the throat. And then this time round, dip chin to chest, elbows to ears. Start to roll down through the vertebrae. And then coming all the way out, open out those elbows, lift the chin. And then roll down one more time. Ears, not ears to elbows, elbows to ears, chin to chest, roll all the way down. And then coming all the way back out, opening those elbows out. Lovely. All right, we're going to move that block away. We're going to come to lay down on the mat. Just a little bit of core work, just for fun. We're going to start by warming up through the hips. We're going to take the knees just above the hips. Legs are at right angles. Take the hands to the knees. We're going to draw the knees in towards us. Spread them wide and then push those knees away. Lower back pushing down into the mat. We're not working towards an edge at this point. We're just moving through the mobility in the hips. The further away those feet go, the more that core is going to have to work. Doesn't have to work at all if we're very sensible about this. So choose your challenge. Okay, we're going to take it in the other direction. This time round, push the knees away, take the knees wide and bring them back in towards the body. Okay. And then from here, take the feet flat. Tickle the back of the heels so that we know where we are. If you've got a block to hand, bring it in and pop it between your thighs and squeeze that block so that we know that the inner thighs are working hard. Okay, feet are close in towards the bottom. We're just going to start with those pelvic tilts. So just rolling the pelvis forward and backwards. As you squeeze the glutes and the bottom just lifts off lightly off of the mat, we're going to engage that core and then send the pelvis away again. If you want to put your hands to your hips so that you can really feel through that movement, then do. Keep squeezing that block so that we know the inner thighs are working. If you don't want to block, that's okay too. Okay, this time round, as the hands come down for just a little bit of support, let's start to lift the bottom up off of the mat and roll all the way back down. And then working at a speed that is good for you. So we're starting to move up to the midpoint of the back, keeping that core engaged as you lower down, finding each vertebrae touching down one at a time, imagining your spine is a string of pearls, laying each one down one after the other. And make our way up towards the shoulders. Once we're there, we're going to pause. We're going to push down through the heels. We're going to squeeze that block if it's between your thighs. We're going to squeeze the glutes to lift through the hips. We're going to think about the shins moving forward. And we're going to work our glutes and hamstrings. So we're going to lower the bottom down. It's going to hover. And then we're going to squeeze to come all the way back up. We're going to squeeze at the top. And we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep squeezing. Squeeze the block, squeeze the glutes. 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to lower all the way back down. Get rid of that block, put it to the side of you. And then from here, we're going to come all the way back up into our bridge. All right. Up to you. You can carry on doing what you've just been doing, or we can challenge ourselves and just lift that right leg up off of the floor. All right, from here, we're going to lower the bottom down, squeeze to lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right foot comes down, resettle your bridge, and then lift the left foot. This time round, we're going to lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left foot comes down, re-establish your bridge. This time, bring the hands underneath you. You're going to roll the shoulders underneath you too. If it's comfortable, push down through the fist and lift those hips just a little bit higher. Keep the knees tracking the hips and the ankles. Think about the shins moving forward. Heels push down, glutes are squeezing, and the neck is down the center line. So our gaze follows down the chest. And then slowly wobble those shoulders out. Engage the core. See if you can lower each vertebrae down one at a time to come all the way down onto your mat. Bring the knees in towards you. Take a moment, just a little rock from side to side or some little circles on the lower back. Whatever your body is going to need from you in this moment. All right. And then from here, we're just going to find ourselves into a happy baby. So bending at the knees, we're going to bring the hands to the outer edges of the feet. We're going to draw the knees down towards the armpits, and we're going to open through the chest. We're going to let gravity do some of the work here. So think about the length of the spine, touching down onto the mat. The tailbone reaching towards that front wall. The crown of the head reaching towards the back wall. Allowing the knees to settle towards the armpits. The shoulders to move back towards the mat. And openness through the chest. Find still. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out, maybe those knees come closer in towards the body. Bringing the knees carefully back together. Give yourself a big hug. We're going to cross that right leg over the top of the left. Draw the knees in towards the body, taking hold of shins or ankles or toes, whatever you've got available. We want to find a deep stretch through the top leg. So in this occasion, I've got my right leg on top. I want to find that deep stretch into the glutes on that leading leg, on that top leg. Check in with where the shoulders are. We can allow that chest to be open still. Allow the chin to move slightly in towards the chest to lengthen that neck just a little bit more. And maybe a little rock from side to side might feel good. Okay, we're going to switch out, just unwrapping the legs. This time around, left leg comes over the top of the right, drawing those knees in towards the body, taking hold of what is available to you, never on the joints though. And using your breath with every exhale, maybe those knees can come just a little bit closer in towards you. Leading leg, we were looking to find that really deep glute stretch on that top leg. Shoulders are away from the ears. Push them down into the mat. Open through the chest. And then again, maybe a little sway from side to side. Okay, and then releasing. From here, we're just going to rock and roll on the spine. Take your time here. This is a transition, but it should be one to be enjoyed. When you're ready, you can cross the ankles, find yourself into a table. And we're going to move through some cat-cows, really in whatever form that looks like for you. So thinking here about that stretch across the shoulders. Potentially you are rounding through the spine and then dipping the tummy, taking the gaze to the ceiling. Or you might choose to move through a child's pose and push all the way back up. Really use the opportunity to think about what your body is asking for you today. Maybe taking the hips in circles as you move back into a child's pose. That might feel good too. And then trying to move equally in both directions. Although sometimes that is not what our body wants. And that's okay too. When you're ready, we're going to come back into a neutral spine. From here, extending that right leg away. Opportunity to play around with your core. If you want to tuck the toes and hover that left knee. Okay, so you can keep that left knee down if you want to, but if you want a little bit of core work, we're going to be pushing through that right heel, but keeping that left knee hovering. Draw that core in so you're nice and strong and push the hands down energetically into the mat to create a little bit of space around the shoulders. We're going to switch out. Left leg comes long. We're going to bring that right knee underneath the hip. Option to keep the knee hovering, or you can take that right knee down if you want a little rest. Up to you. Okay, and then we're going to take that knee down, bring the left knee in too. We're going to walk the hands forward, moving into a puppy pose. Bring the chest down to the mat, keep the bottom stacked over the top of the knees. Walking the hands forward, take the hands together. Pass those hands over the top of the head. Allow the thumbs to touch the nape of the neck. Spread through the fingertips. And then passing the hands back, I'm going to slowly walk those elbows underneath the shoulders. Bring the hands together so you've got this strong triangle underneath you. Going to push down through the forearms. We're going to extend that right leg back. If you're happy here, we're then going to extend that left leg back to find yourself in a forearm plank. Think here about those elbows being underneath the shoulders. We're drawing the core in, thinking about bringing that core up towards the top of your mat. So you're really switching it on. Push the forearms down, separate the shoulders, and then push back those heels towards the back of the room. The glutes are strong. Keep pushing through the forearms. Make sure we're not collapsing through the shoulders. Draw the knees down and then move the bottom back over the heels. Come into a child's pose. Bring the hands behind you. Maybe take a little bit of a rock from side to side. Okay, I'm going to walk the hands all the way back into our table. All right, from here, let's extend that right leg away again. We're going to bend at the knee. From here, we're going to take the heel to the ceiling and then draw that knee all the way under. Really find that knee moving towards the front of the mat as you crunch it in, and then take it away. We're going to lift the heel to the ceiling, squeezing the glute at the top. Knee comes all the way under. We're going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that foot through the hands. As we do, bring the hands nice and high. Bring the hands together. Reach those those index fingers up towards the ceiling, and allow the hips to move forward and down. On your next inhale, we're going to lift up towards the ceiling, and then bring the pointer fingers behind you, taking a slight back bend as you lift through the chest. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Allow that really nice stretch through that front hip flexor. And then taking the hands down to the mat, bring that right foot back so the knee is underneath the hip. All right, let's reset from here. That left leg is going to come away. I'm going to bring the heel to the ceiling. Draw that knee underneath. We're going to go for 9, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot through the hands. Going to bring the hands up nice and high. Interlace the fingers, release the pointer fingers. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. As we take an inhale, lift and lengthen to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring those hips forward and down. And the pointer fingers come behind you, just taking a nice little back bend. Lifting through the chest so that we're not dumping through the spine. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Find that hip flexor stretch on that right side. And then releasing those hands down. Going to bring that left knee underneath the right. Okay, from here, we're going to tuck the toes, bring chest to thighs, find yourself into a down dog, pedal out the heels one at a time. Wiggle through the bottom, really take some exaggerated pedals, releasing through that lower back. Maybe a nod of the head, a shake of the head, just releasing any tension that might have been gathering. Okay, from here, we're going to take that right leg high, stretch the toes to the ceiling, and then bring that right knee high on that right elbow to the left side, to the right side, and back up again. We'll go for 2 more. Right knee, right elbow, nice and high, over to the left, over to the right, back to your 3-legged dog. Last one. Right knee, right elbow, left, right, and all the way up. Bring that right foot down, pedal the heels. Take a moment, take a breath. This time, left leg comes high. Left knee high on that left elbow, right side, left side, and away. 2 more. Left knee, left elbow, right, left, and away. Last one. Left knee, left elbow, right, left, and away. 3-legged dog. Pause here. And then bring that left foot down, pedaling out. Okay, finding our dolphin. We're going to come down onto the forearms. Make a triangle with the hands as you interlace those fingers. Push through the forearms. Our shoulders are stacked over the top of those elbows. We're lengthening through the backs of the legs. You're going to see how strong we are as we take the right leg to the ceiling. Place it back down. Left leg to the ceiling. Keep breathing. Back down. Take the knees down. Find a child's pose. Take a breath. Little rock from side to side. Feeling pretty proud of us right now. Not an easy pose. Coming all the way back up, stacking each vertebrae as you come. Once we're here, we're just going to move those hands towards the back of the, pointing towards the back of the room. Roll those shoulder heads back down. We're going to start to lift the hips. We want to find a quad stretch here. So it might be that keeping the bottom down, walking the hands away is a quad stretch. Or it might be that you are lifting the hips just a little bit higher. We're going to be opening the chest. Glutes are squeezing, hips are lifting, opening through that front body. Allow the throat to open too as you keep control of the neck, but allow the head to hang heavy. And then slowly, carefully coming all the way back down. Coming into our all fours, back into your table. Stacking yourself here. Just finding ourselves back where we started, moving through our version of cat-cow. So taking your time here. We've done a lot so far in a very short period of time. So listening to what your body needs right now. Taking the time to stretch and to move. Playing around, exploring, finding different ways of moving. Maybe moving through the wrists, taking the fingertips towards the knees, just allowing a safe stretch of the wrists. Doing one at a time rather than both together. Just allowing that stretch. And then when you're ready, come back into your table. Okay, so we're going to take the right hand to the back of the head, opening that right elbow out. We're going to draw the elbow across to the left side, open out the ribs to the right, close it off for 5 and 4, 3, 2 and 1. This time as we open, lift that right hand high. Take a moment here. Keep breathing. And then we slide that right hand underneath the left. Come to rest on the top of that right shoulder. Walk the left hand forward, spider up through the fingertips. And then if you've got a little bit of space, extend that left leg away. Get that stretch through the back of that left leg. Left knee comes in, left hand comes in, push down, come all the way back out. All right, this time round, left hand to the back of the head. Bring the left elbow high and then draw that elbow towards the right side and then open for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Open, left hand comes high. I'm going to hold it here, and then that left hand slides underneath the right. Rest on that left shoulder, walk the right hand away, spidering up through the right fingertips, and extend that right leg if you've got space. Okay, bend through that right knee, push down through that right hand, draw that left arm out. From here, we're going to cross the ankles, sit down into onto your bottom and extend the right leg away. We're going to bring that left foot into the inner right thigh. From here, we're going to extend that right hand down toward, or both hands, sorry, down towards that right foot. Push through the right heel. Up to you whether you use a strap here so that we can keep that spine long, or if you prefer to round down. Entirely up to you. Maybe a combination of the two. If you're using the strap, find space through the chest to bring those elbows in close to the body. And then relaxing, coming down over that right leg. Releasing the strap, left hand comes down. We're going to take that right hand all the way round and lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Lowering all the way back round. Left leg long, right foot into the inner thigh. Hook the foot if you're using a strap, elbows close in towards the body. Find that lovely long spine. Take a fold over the top of that left leg. If you want to round over the leg instead, take a really nice stretch through the back and you prefer to round, then do that instead. Keep pushing through the heel on that left side. Think about that right knee moving down into the mat. And then releasing that strap, coming all the way back out. We place the right hand behind us, reach that left arm all the way round. When you're ready, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, and push through the pinky edge side of that left foot. And then sinking all the way back down again. Beautiful. All right, we're going to move ourselves down towards the mat. We're going to find a way down. If you just want to get down, perfectly fine. If you want to go via boat, then do. Sitting up nice and tall, maybe the hands are for some support. If not, you can find yourself straight into your boat, lifting through the feet if that feels good, or you can keep the feet down. Okay, we're just going to hang out here for a moment. We're going to drop one toe and then the other, I should say one foot, not one toe, that would look weird. All right, keeping control of the core, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping that boat lifted. We're going to take a twist to the left side, as far around as you can, to the right for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Can you sit up taller? 2 and 1. Bring the knees towards you. Allow the forehead to meet the knees. Find a stretch through the back. And then up to you whether you want to refloat your boat and move down by a dish. So just extending the legs away, coming down as low as you can. Or if you just want to make your way down towards the mat and get yourself comfortable, ready for your final Savasana, that is perfect too. Take a moment just to listen to your body, see what your body needs. So maybe taking some small circles on the lower back, maybe some gentle windscreen wipers from side to side with the knees. Whatever it is that your body is calling for, just take a moment to honor it. And then set yourself up so that you can fully relax. Closing off the eyes if that is comfortable for you. Settling into your breath. Taking the inhales and the exhales slowly, smooth as they come, and then smooth as they go. I want you to imagine that you are at a campsite. I want you to imagine that you are at the campsite and that there is a glowing fire keeping you warm. Everybody is gone and it is just you sat there in your simple chair. You've got blankets, jumpers, scarves, hats. You are warm and you sink into that chair and you exhale like it is your first exhale of the day. Sinking a little bit deeper into that chair, you begin to welcome the sensations from around you. The softness of the jumper against your skin. The sound of the crackling of the fire. The smell of the smoke. The cool breeze that tickles your nose, because that is almost the only thing that is exposed to the elements. You breathe in, you breathe out. You feel yourself sinking further into the chair. You're warmer. Those sensations still filling your senses. And you take in the night sky. As black as night can be. There is a full moon shining down like a torch from the campsite. Some stars twinkling up above, allowing you to rest just a little bit more, a little bit deeper. You breathe in, you breathe out. The glow of the fire lessens over time. The crackles begin to stop. The smoke lifts in the night breeze. And there is just one flickering ember left. You breathe in, and with your exhale, it extinguishes. You know that your time here is over. But those precious moments will always be available to you. You simply breathe in and breathe out. Accepting that you need to start to bring your awareness back to the space you are in. You wiggle your toes, your fingers. Start to move from side to side, just awakening the body bit by bit. Stretching through one side and then stretching through the other. Take a moment to revisit that intention from the beginning of class today. And then when you are ready, and there is no rush, slowly and carefully make your way back up to a seated position, and I will be there.